guys, and we are here today with a very interesting video. We have a video on how to side against Necloth, because I thought that would be a very interesting topic, because they are a ritual deck and rituals haven't been a thing. So what do you use against rituals? And I just have here a variety of cards that I just found that might be able to use. Pretty much the best way I found is to either negate or prevent their summons just by negating their spell cards, or there's a variety of different things, and I'll then at the end talk about what I think will be the big ones that a lot of people will use. We have Vanity's Rule and Vanity's Fiend, and then we also have Emptiness somewhere. These two guys work really well, and Emptiness also, because if they can't special summon, they can't do anything. That's just how their deck works. They have to make at least that one special summon to get out Trishula to make it so you can't special summon with this guy down here. And so if you can pull any of these guys off, or if you're running Emptiness like everybody is, then you will pretty much be safe from Necloth. And then Thunder King Royal and Mistake, which we have over there, and I'd argue that Mistake would be better against them. But yet then again, it depends on the deck. Thunder King, it just stops their deck. It creates dead hands, because then they're sitting with Brios and Colossaliths, and they're like, I don't have a ritual spell card, or I can't get Trishula or any of my other cards in my hand, and I can't get over Thunder King Royal. And if they use True Guide and they try to execute someone, you can then negate it, so that can be very, very good. Gramo's just main Gramo. I have him in pretty much every of my side. The only decks he doesn't work against are Pendulum decks. I mean, he works well against the Tellarknights, because you get to bounce back, not Deneb. Bouncing back Deneb would not be a good idea. Bounce back Deltaros, you can bounce back Dante, you can bounce back the Shaddols, and the Necloth also with Gramo, and some Pulse if you're not maining it. Effect Failure, it's just nice, just in case you can't stop the summon, but you don't want, or you're facing the turbo build, you can then use Effect Failure to negate Trishula. We have one creature swap, the reason creature swap and mind control in here is because there's a ruling that says the Djinn affects the opponent of the controller, whoever controls the ritual monster. So if there's a Trishula and you have creature swap, you just banish, oh no, not banish, you just creature swap your monster, you take their Trishula, they can't special summon, you can, or you could just mind control it, and while it would go to them at the end, you would then be able to special summon next, which would be very good. So you could probably go for a Synchro or XZ with it. It's probably very hard because it's a level 9 and not many people use a 9. But yet you could take their Trishula, tribute it, do whatever. Oh no, you can't tribute it if you used mind control. So yet, if you have a way to get rid of it, then these guys work really well. The main thing with these guys is that you'll then be able to special summon, so that's what's good. Book of Moon, book saves lives. That's just how it works, because the ritual monster has to be face up, and even if they flip summon it, Djinn will know. So that is very important. You know, so Book of Moon will just, if they try to go for a Djinn, you can be like, nope. And while they'll still get off Trishula, they don't have the Djinn, and you will then be able to special summon, and they would have done one. And then we have D-Fissure over here. And D-Fissure is very good, because like the deck, it doesn't want to have its stuff be vanished. It can still get off its searches, it can still Djinn you, it's possible, but it comes a lot harder because it likes to banish from the grave for the ritual summon. So D-Fissure is very hard, and this is possible to run against the Tellarknights, because the Tellarknights, they XZ summon, and the ruling is XZ materials do not get banished by D-Fissure. They will just hit the graveyard. And then Necrovalli, if you're running Gravekeepers, or you just want to tech this in as a side or whatever, this will pretty much shut down their deck, because they will not be able to banish from their graveyard, so they won't be able to do much, really. And then if you're running Spellcasters or Shaddols, you could use this card that says your opponent cannot activate spell cards unless they control Spellcaster. What level is that? Is their Spellcaster that they don't have to ritual summon? He's a 4, so they could summon him, but I don't see a lot of people running him, because he's unnecessary. Like, I mean, this guy searches out Ryu, who searches out the Spellcasters anyway, so what's the point of using him, really? And dumping one doesn't really do much. So Secret Village, it would work well probably against not against the Turbo build, but probably would work well against the Djinn build. And then we have Void Chapel, and I think we also have Trap Trick Chapel Nightmare somewhere. Void Chapel, it's just, they summon it, negate its effect, and then destroy it. I mean, they could go near, but it's gone. And for the mirror match, I mean, if you saw my deck profile, this card, it's just a great tech. It's but for the mirror match, this card you go with this or Mind Crush, which would be a more generic one. You activate it, you get to see your opponent's hand, and then you get to discard one card. Yeah, that's mainly for the mirror match. It's great for stopping you from being Jin. And then ritual thing on this card is just, I wouldn't really suggest running it. It destroys one face-up ritual monster. They have Gunir. It doesn't target. It does not. Wow, that's actually interesting. It doesn't target, so that'd be interesting. Be it those better cuts than this, I'd say. And it wouldn't be like a card that you could also put in other decks. Mind Crush, this is actually a decent card to side in against a lot of different decks, like the Tellarknights wouldn't be bad, or just like what deck, Clipboards, it wouldn't be bad to side this in. You just call the card in their name, like you're gonna see an Exomeal, it's like, oh, I don't want to be Trishula, I don't want to be Jin, I'm gonna call Trishula, and then they lose all their Trishulas. If they can still summon out another monster, I'm pretty certain they will be able to, because this can be used for any ritual monster, Necloth ritual monster. So if they have like a Valkyrie or a Unicorn, they have to actually ritual summon those guys, which could mess them up a little bit. And then Trap Trick Trapple, again, it's just the same thing. When it hits the field, it uses its effects right away. You can move, negate, and destroy. Emptiness, again, if they can't summon, they can't do anything. Mask Restrict, this is a card that's actually going up in price. It's really good against Clipboards. It's not as good against Necloth. It will stop them from ritual summoning from their hand or their field, but it will not stop them from banishing, which is pretty much how they summon for the most part, specifically when they Jin. Like when I play, I like to banish Brio and Jin, and then get out a Trishula, and that Master Restrict will not stop it, because the ruling is, if you banish Jin, it's not considered tributing. I mean, if it was, then I'm pretty sure Shred would get his effect for being banished. This card was tributed by, yeah, if banishing was considered tributing this way, then he would get his effective banish and he'd be really broken because he'd go flop off of it. The Macrocosmos, again, the deck just doesn't like to be banished, so it makes it a little more annoying. If you mistake, it likes to do 1,000 searches in a turn, so doing that would not be good. Divine Wrath, this is a little bit better than these guys, because while you have to discard a card, it will negate and destroy, and they cannot respond with Kanya, so that's pretty nice. And then those for the Shaddolls or Heroes, which is going to be big. Paradox Fusion, this can be really nice. You move from play a fusion monster that you get back in 2 turns, and then you can negate a spell or trap card with a special summon of a monster. Yet I think that special has to be named. This actually wouldn't be a bad tech at all, I think, for Shaddolls. Like, I'm surprised more people don't run it, because it just negates stuff. And then this card's great against Clipboards, it's great against Shaddolls, and now it's also great against Necloth. You just activate it, discard a spell card, and hey, they can't activate Exomeal for the rest of the duel. GG. That's pretty much what happens. And then there's a not as good version, which is negate the activation of a spell card, destroy it to explain it, your opponent can discard a spell card to negate this card's activation, this effect. So it could mess them up a little bit, and they might not be able to. I'd just rather use this. And then there's Dark Bribe, which some people might like because it can also negate Tool and Shaddolls also. But yeah, this card's just way better than these. And then if you can make Naturia Beast, I highly recommend it, because Naturia Beast wrecks Shaddolls. It would wreck Shaddolls. Naturia Beast will also like completely shut down Necloth unless they magically get out Unicorn, which would be really hard because you'd just be negating everything. And so for pretty much the big side deck cards, I feel we might see Mind Control go up, Book of Moon will go up, Mistake is going to be a big one, Emptiness is already big. Which other one? Curse Seal is really nice. Mind Crush is also really nice. Like, these cards will all do the job that you need. Yet it's really hard for these guys because Necloth, they run 2 to 3 War Decrees because they need their plays to go through. I mean, any of these cards, like most of these are trap cards. We have 14 trap cards here. If any of these are activated, you're screwed if you're running Necloth. So Royal Decree is a card that they run 2 to 3 copies of. Like, I'm pretty sure if I were to run Necloth competitively, I'd put 1 in the side and just main 2. And it would just be ridiculous, because, like, so, if you want to side I'd say the best sides would be Mistake and Curse Seal. Those are some really good ones. Mind Crush would also be a good one. Yet you should also have Book of Moon. Book of Moon would be really, really good, I'd say. And then Granmole, just Granmole, because Granmole is just great. I've been maining him for forever, and he's just won me so many games, because it's like, I have Granmole. What are you gonna do? Anything you summon, I'm gonna bounce back. You're running Yangzing? Oh, fuck yeah, cool. Granmole. And like, there's only one player at my local that runs Deepest. Because, well, we're against it all, which is what I run right now. It's just like, I pop all your Deepest. But no, I'd say Necloth is a very good deck. You're gonna need a side against them, and the best sides are gonna be your spells and your monsters. Yet there are also a lot of really good trap cards. Yet just be careful, because it would really suck. You go, you set a whole bunch, they don't do much. They set a world free, and then you lose because they just activated world free, and you're just throwing into a whole bunch of traps. So I'd say Book of Moon. Book of Moon would just do it. It really sucks that it's at 1, because they could gen more than 1. It's possible by just running 1 gen to gen 4 times max right now. Once from hand, once from grave, levier it back to the field, then use it from the field, and then banish them from grave again. So it is possible to gen 4 times in 1 game with just one of these guys. But yet that just won't really happen ever. Yet like if you stop there 1 gen, it's pretty much, it will be worthwhile. And yeah, that's the side. What cards do you guys think? Like, I've been finding more cards for Cliffords. I've been thinking about doing an update on them. Like, I found well, first I found this card that I think was just absolutely amazing, because it was a trap card. Destroy all the face-up spell and trap cards on the field. But then I realized that, hey, that doesn't work well with the Mask of Restrict. And then I found this card that's even better. Spell Shattering Arrow. And it's like, destroy just your opponent's spell cards. And then they take 500 for each. So if they have a Pendulum Scale and the field spell, your opponent takes 1500 damage, and Cliffords hate that. But that is Cliffords. We are here on Necloth. This won't do anything, because even if this card is destroyed, it won't do much. And so, yeah, this format looks really interesting, because Shaddolls are still going to be a thing. They're going to get their Water and Wind Fusion and Secrets of Eternity, I believe is what it's called for us. Cliffords is still going to be a thing. I think Stellanites and like even Yangzings are good, because Yangzings, they can make Quasar. So that's really good, and it's like, Yangzings, they're just float for days, so it's like Killer, cool, Lava Golem, because like that's, Yangzings, they don't care about Lava Golem. You can attack with Lava Golem all that one against Yangzings, they just laugh at you. And unfortunately, Lava Golem doesn't work against Necloth, because you can't summon Lava Golem if they gen you. If you could, then it would be good, but then it would be like, you could special summon anyways, and Trisha, like, this card wouldn't be that hard to get over if you could special summon it. It's this guy that makes it really hard. And if it's the turbo build, it's just the fact that you're going -3 every turn. That's the point of the turbo build. But yeah, this is the side. Yeah, just tell me what cards you want to side, and what do you think is going to be going up for price as side decks against Necloth, or just any other card. And if you want me to, you can tell me, ask me to make a video to side against any other decks that you think are going to be big. I might actually do an update on Cliffords. So yeah, don't forget to check out some of my other videos over here if I actually get around to annotating my videos. And the links in the description when I'm done talking, including something that can help get all these cards for you if you need them, or whichever ones you want.
Hey, if you could click on the links and on the annotation to see the duel with this deck or some of my other videos, that would really help. And check out the links in the description to watch some of me and my friends' videos, and even something that could help make this deck a reality for you. See you guys later. Bye.